Hello everybody, it's Ben from Powerflies Gaming here, and today we have a little break from our normal content of games and apology videos. Um, by the way, this is coming out a couple of days before I'm going to post another apology video to explain to everybody why I haven't posted for like 4 months, maybe more than that, which is ridiculous, but that's not for this video. This video is for a topic that's been coming up a lot in the past couple of months. And that's the topic of fair use. Now, I have a textbook definition of what fair use is. Fair use is any copying of copyrighted material done for a limited and transformative purpose, such as to comment upon, criticize, or parody a copyrighted work. Such uses can be done without permission from the copyright holder. Now that's a textbook definition of fair use. That's the kind of definition I would expect to see in a law textbook or, spouted about on legal websites. But that's not a definition that I can really work with, that I can really talk about. So let's go with the definition that we know is not fair use. Fair use is not mirroring a video and then taking the entire video and claiming it as your own. Fair use is not, playing an hour-long clip of a movie and putting at the end of it, "This movie sucks," and then cutting to black. That's not transformative. That's not a criticism or a parody in any way, shape, or form. Now, there are some really famous YouTubers who have been, how shall we say, attacked, I guess is the best word to describe it, by people who disagreed with what they were trying to create, with their critiques, with what they're trying to say about a movie or a show or whatever you want to put in. Now, the difference between a video like what the Nostalgia Critic used to do, with he'd take film clips of a movie and show you segments of the movie that were really, really bad. And, me breaking up Star Wars into 100 little clips is, in the Nostalgia Critic's video, he's going to come out and he's going to explain to you why he disagrees with your lighting choice, or with the camera angle, or, 100 other items that he might disagree with. For me, if I was to take Star Wars and chop it up into 100 little bits, that's me just taking a video that's already been made and claiming it as my own because I chopped it up into 100 little pieces. The Nostalgia Critic is fair use. In this instance, I would not be fair use. Now, I'm going to have a link to the Nostalgia Critic's video below. I'm also going to have a link to another video that takes a different approach to discussing fair use, which is the video done by Team 4-Star, the creators of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, and I think they're doing a Final Fantasy VII parody or something like that. They're all really interesting videos. Again, there's going to be a link to their channel and to the particular video that they discuss fair use on in the description below. But these individuals, those of us who have watched the Nostalgia Critic's videos, and if you watch the video that's going to be linked below this video, below my talking head, Um, if you watch those videos, you know that people are constantly either harassing or flagging or filing copyright claims against Nostalgia Critics videos, especially when they're about movies or when they're really hypercritical of someone else's content. With Team 4-Star, we have a group that everybody knows, everybody on YouTube knows and loves. Even those that don't like what they do with Dragon Ball Z or Hellsing Ultimate don't stoop to the point where they just false flag a whole bunch of videos because they can. Unfortunately, I believe in February, about the 23rd or 24th, on the 23rd of February, their channel went down because somebody flagged pretty much all of their videos and filed claims against dozens and dozens of videos, upwards of 60 videos. Now, with the Nostalgia Critic and with Team 4-Star, it's a bit of a bad example because both of them have a place where you can go see their content outside of YouTube. But that attack took down, those attacks have taken down channels, and a lot of them have been false. I don't see how a criticism of a movie, and I'm going to bring up the classic one, Cool Cats. The movie Cool Cats, there's a series of them. The one that the Nostalgia Critic, if you, again, check out his video, talks about is Cool Cats vs. the Kids, I believe. And it was a terrible video. It was a horrible movie. The movie was god-awful. The problem was that the creator of the movie went out and saw that there were negative reviews about his movie and started flagging those videos and filing DMCA's, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, attacks, filing takedown notices that were solely meant to silence criticism of his movie. That is not something we as individuals in a free and open society can allow. If somebody can take my video, show a 15-second clip or a series of 15-second clips where they go over something I say about content they create, or, going over why I dislike something, or why, I love a certain movie. If they can take a 15-second clip of me, or a 20-second clip of me, or a 30-second clip of me, make, a video, put that clip in there and explain something, and I can then see that video, see that they're criticizing me for something, and can file a DMCA or a takedown notice against that video, that is an abuse of power that isn't even waiting to happen anymore. It's already happening. It's happening at this very hour to someone somewhere. Some YouTuber somewhere is being attacked with a false DMCA or a false takedown notice. Now, granted, for every false one, there are a couple of legitimate, takedown notices. But, unfortunately, this kind of... YouTube has unfortunately allowed for there to become a, culture of abuse around DMCAs and around takedowns and copyright strikes. The fact that I can file a copyright strike, and even if it's completely false, even if it's so disgustingly false, it's not even funny. I suffer no consequences. That is wrong. That is inherently wrong because it motivates me, and especially if you've monetized videos, the fact that a monetized video can be counter monetized. So meaning somebody creates a video where they're critical of something I do or something I like, and I can take their profit because I can file a copyright strike and take that profit that they're making. The fact that I can do that is just screaming for abuse. Is just screaming for me to now go out and do that to more people. Because not only am I making money off of false flagging someone, I'm being rewarded because there's no consequence for what's going on. So that obviously needs to change. And it needs to change soon, because otherwise we're going to be looking at a YouTube where cat videos are cat videos and original content it's going to be tricky for original content creators to get the resources to create that original content, because a lot of people get their fame from YouTube. A lot of singers and a lot of musicians have gotten their fame. Movie producers even have gotten their fame from YouTube. Their initial call to come join the big leagues was from YouTube. They created content on YouTube and somebody important saw it. And in a world where so many people go to YouTube to watch movies and listen to music and to be, in a sense, electronically surrounded by people who feel and think in a similar way to them, it's concerning that we would allow such abuse to just run rampant in our system. In a system that many of us who have been in YouTube or have watched YouTube videos since we were little kids, since YouTube first came out, I remember some of the early, first few videos with cats on them. Or, the first couple of videos that were actually funny, like comedians who would put up videos of an open mic night on YouTube. That was something that I personally remember and I personally loved about YouTube, was it created a sense of community. And the fact that we're letting that community be constantly attacked by people who very clearly do not have our best interests in mind. I'm going to bring up something that the Nostalgia Critic brings up now. SOPA and PIPA, the internet piracy bills that were basically, here, let's give all of the power to go after copyright holders, to go after people who breach copyright, to the police and to the government. And let's let them decide what is and is not fair use. Which, to a degree, they're going to have to. But the idea that they should be able to have the power to go after somebody who makes a 30-second video about a kid, I believe the Nostalgia Critic brings up a very old legal case where a woman was sued for having I think it was like a 15 or 20-second video where her baby was dancing to some music on the radio or something like that. It's something completely ridiculous. And yet they could do that. They could sue her and attack her for creating that video, for having that video online. That, to me, is what is drawing people away from YouTube, is drawing people towards alternative media sources like Twitch, like the creation of private websites to view a person's videos on. That's not For YouTube, that's terrible. That is a terrible thing for YouTube. And for all of us, that's a terrible thing. Because each and every time we lose somebody to a different YouTube, I'm not even going to say copycat, I'm going to just say an alternative. Every time we lose somebody to a YouTube alternative, we're losing a great content creator. Yes, the people who watch that content can go over there and go on Twitch or go on any other YouTube alternate to watch their person's videos. But those videos are, it's going to take a lot more luck for those videos to be seen by the right person. So say you're a movie producer and you're looking for the next big person in, you're a movie studio. You're trying to find the next big director. Some of the directors that are now big in Hollywood came from YouTube. So the fact that, these big organizations are going after small content creators on YouTube, for me, that's not just laughable, it's also disappointing. Because if you look at, I'm going to take movies again. Movies are probably the worst offender in all this. But I'm going to take movies again. Movie creators constantly were in fear that something is going to come and replace movies. Earlier, it was the radio, then the television, then now it's the internet. It's YouTube, it's Twitch, it's content creators who aren't directly affiliated with the studio. And what's the problem with that is, if we look at some really notable success stories, or especially around the internet, we have music producers who were found because of videos on YouTube. We have acting talent. We have even movie producers and now some small studios, all of whom got their starts on YouTube. We live in a world that at times is full of secrecy and is full of shadowy dealings in back rooms. Look, regardless of where you live, regardless of what you believe, YouTube has a system that needs to be fixed. It needs to give a consequence to false copyright holders. It needs to protect the financial interests of the people who don't just have the lawyers to come sue them, but also the financial interests of the people who sit behind their computer screen and create content that we love and enjoy. And it needs to happen sooner rather than later, because if it happens too late, the damage will already be done. I'm Powerful Thighs Ben. God, I'm realizing how ridiculous that sounds. But I'm PTG Ben, and where's the fair use?